Well, looks like Man City have gone ahead, obviously, get their first signing in. That is Khusanov to Man City. It's a here we go. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And who is Khusanov? I'm obviously going to be coming up and obviously letting you know who this is, but Man City are done with putting something great to this signing. And we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. If at all you need a used phone and a used laptop, also call them. And those used phones and laptops are from the United Kingdom. Even if you need an affordable smartwatch, call them onto that number and the rest will be history. That is Mono Gadgets for you. Now, Man City are really having a very huge charge. Right now, they're into a chase of 3 players, and looks like their first January transfer signing is gonna be Khusanov. He's a player who is 20 years of age, plays for Uzbekistan. That's where he comes in through, 1.86 meters tall. He's a right-sided centre back and he plays with his right foot into the mix. He has been playing for for RC Lens in France, and finally he is obviously coming in through to do the needful and obviously represent for the side of Manchester City. On the 3rd of January, that's when Fabrizio Romano came up and told us that exclusive Man City add RC Lens centre back Abdukodir Khusanov to their list of January. There are several top clubs interested in the 20-year-old centre back, as is considered one of the best talents in his position. Race open, Man City are well informed. Then, yesterday, we obviously had a story that Man City are closing in on Khusanov deal. Pep Guardiola also gave his own green light. As exclusive revealed 10 days ago, he's the main target and the agreement with RC Loans is at final stages now. Khusanov agreed personal terms as he wants the move to Man City. That is it. And the magical word then later surfaced from Fabrizio Romano yesterday night, and he said Khusanov to Man City, here we go. Deal in place for 40 million euros fixed fee plus add-ons. RC Lanes or loans accept proposal and approve medical tests to take place next days. Contract until 2029 plus option for further season. Exclusive story from December confirmed. That's what the man Fabrizio Romano has come up and told us, that the lad, 20 years of age, has obviously gone ahead, obviously see himself get a here we go. He has been granted what we call chance to go and obviously do what we call he has been granted chance to obviously go out and do the needful and really sign a contract for Man City. Now, who is this guy? He's really a right-sided centre-back, 20 years of age. That means he's really young. And Man City, I think, have gone ahead to go in for him because they believe that all the teams that are interested in him won't be having what we call a proper financial stance ahead of them to sign him in January. But if at all they waited until the summer, I think some clubs would have gone ahead obviously getting some Champions League money and new sponsorship money and so on and so forth to obviously get this player. RC Loans wanted Man City to pay 60 million euros for Khusanov, but finally they've gone ahead to agree on to 40 million euros, and that is really great. And for the teams in the French League One, they are really having problems, especially when it comes to the financial fair play rule, meaning that they need it obviously to either obviously get in some huge amount of money to obviously balance up their books. And by the way, selling a player for 40 million euros in the January transfer window shows you how important and how good that player is, because it's hard to see to it that teams go in for players, most especially those that are needing players. They go in for players on loan, all with an obligation to buy or not. You understand? So that is Khusanov for you. Here we go to Man City. But the big question is, before we entered the January transfer window, we all got to know that the number one position for Man City to fix right now should be the midfield. They should go in for the midfielder. And the big question is, has Man City gotten to know that they cannot get in the midfield they want in the January transfer window, the money they have? But I tell you, when you look at the money they are spending, I think they can get in one. For example, if you are spending 40 on Khusanov and this, is it Mamosh, that Egyptian player who plays for Frankfurt, they are willing to spend close to 50 million euros, obviously getting him. That is close to 100 million euros to obviously sign in a player of his caliber at there. So that means they do have the money. That's not an excuse. All else, they're really having a budget and they're like, we can do something special for this club of Man City. All else, they might have gone ahead to get in some good news from the physios that maybe Rodri, who is their anchorman, is obviously gonna take some few time to obviously return, and maybe Pep is like, I have a solution. If I can obviously strengthen my center back, maybe I'll reduce on the number of goals that I concede. And if at all I really sharpen up a little bit with Mamosh coming to compete with Erling Haaland to lead the line. Remember, they hadn't gone ahead obviously make a replacement for Julian Alvarez. Then that will obviously act well for them, because Man City sold Julian Alvarez for 95 million euros and they had got him in for 20 million euros, meaning that they made a profit of 70 million euros. And for 70 million euros, they can sign very many players. And for your information, they only brought in Savinho, I think Savinho only last season, So they're in proper books of spending, and that's why they're attacking the January transfer window hard, because right now as we speak, they are chasing in for Reis from Brazil, Mamosh from Frankfurt, and Khusanov from RC Loans, and they're really getting all these deals done because they've agreed personal terms with all these three players, and all they want is, let's negotiate with the club. For Khusanov, green light has been given to them to obviously conduct the medical, and you're waiting to see what is going to happen for Mamosh into the mix. So this player is going to be on plane to go to Man City to really do what we call the medical. And after the medical is done and dusted, the rest he will be announcing the player and see how he fits into that team of Man City. But Pep Guardiola needs to get this right. I tell you, he needs to obviously get this right. Why does he need to obviously get this right? Because is he really convinced that his midfield can obviously compete with these other teams when he hasn't going to obviously get in someone different? That is the huge question. But this player has gone ahead obviously play some games, and let me read to you his stats such that most of you will get to know about this Uzbekistan international. And where are his stats? His stats, where are they? Guys, his stats. This in the French Cup, he played one game and he has one yellow card, 0 goals in there for you. But he has been really one of those players that you need to obviously see to it that everyone is really rating him to that level. And I guess what? Pep obviously goes in for these players that are really good on the ball. And one will be asking, Rokani, is he really press resistant? He is. He makes some good interceptions, good in the air, and he's really ultra quick. He's a very quick defender that will enable Man City to obviously play the high line that they want. By the way, sometimes you'll find that a team like Man City will not do their A game because they feel like they lack a player who is really super fast. But if they really have a player who is really super fast, then the rest will be history and a lot will come to them. So that's what we had for you. Khusanov to Man City. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano has come up and obviously announced that. What are your thoughts about this? And Rokani David is my name. And I hope you guys are really having fun. That's what I had for you for now. Remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. If at all you need anything like a phone, you can obviously contact him that side. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And I think The match reaction, the match preview of Arsenal and Arsenal and Manchester United is coming up next in here. Bye bye for now.